right, so today I have Miss Katoucha and she's in New York. Miss Katoucha is a nursing student. She's a model. She's a mother, and she's inspiring phlebotomist.
Yeah,
Miss Katoucha, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing good. Could you introduce yourself to everyone?
Hi, I'm Katoucha Fabre. I'm 27. I live in New York. I'm a mom, and yeah, I'm happy to be here today.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Katusha, my first question for you is how long have, well, okay, so you're in school, right, to be a nurse? Are you in nursing?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, ma'am. Um, what are your plans with nursing school after you graduate?
Well, hopefully I could get into the ICU. Work there for like a year or two. I know they don't put you there right away because it's like the difficult unit. Um, but then after that, I will see if I want to go back for my CRNA, which is now becoming a doctorate instead of a master's. So, and that's pretty much it. Me and my sister have plans to do certain things in the medical field, though, because she's already a nurse. My mom is a respiratory therapist. My sister wasn't a respiratory therapist, and she became a nurse. My cousin is an LPN, and she's also becoming an RN soon. So we're all thinking about doing something together in the medical field, as far as maybe like either selling um, medical like products or um, I shouldn't say products like any machines or any and nursing products like any nursing scrubs or anything we would need in a
That's cool.
hospital and a clinic. um so yeah, that's what I have plans with the nursing.
That's cool. That's cool. Is that the
Mm.
reason why you got into nursing because of your family?
Yeah. Yeah, but also I've had like multiple strangers come up to me. It's weird. Like I guess they watch me um at work. Usually when I used to work in retail, they used to come and approach me and say, "Wow, you have so much patience. You would be like, you're really good with people or whatever. You would be a great nurse." And I'm like, "Oh wow, thanks." So I've heard that a couple of times too. So yeah.
That's cool. That's cool. Man, shout out to all my nurses and aspiring nurses just because y'all have y'all 4 days a week, sometimes 4 days back to back, 12-hour shifts. And then what? No. That's not okay. So, and then y'all on
Mm-hmm.
call after that at any time. You could be with your family, with your children, and say, oh, we got a mass, something, 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 and we need you there ASAP. Like, what? I'm in the bed 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm asleep. Mm-mm.
Right. Right.
On top of
Right. They
that,
say that to my sister now.
no, ma'am, I cannot. And I'm a heavy sleeper. Like, if you come and hit me, I'ma still be asleep. Another gonna call my phone. That's not gonna work. Shout out to all my nurses. Y'all got my
Yes.
respect.
The essential workers.
For
Yes.
real. Um, and I think that's good that you want to go back and get your doctorate. So one day I'm gonna have to call. I can't wait till the day you come on, Doctor Katusha. Yes, man.
Imagine, oh my gosh. We'll see. I'm not sure. I was thinking about it. I'm not sure if I'm gonna go for it. Yeah, I gotta finish the nursing first and see if this is like really something I want to do, and
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
yeah.
Um. Okay. So if you could minor in any educate or any education field, what would you minor in if you had a choice outside of nursing?
Outside of nursing, minor, I would say business. I know you don't really. They say oftentimes you don't need like a degree for a business, but it's good to also know the background to certain things, and like if you could be taught something in school as far as like how to start, how to the structure of a business and understanding how to execute each. and having a plan, and all of that. Like I could sit there and listen and learn from that. So
Right.
and like I said, boo, like my family already wants to do something kind of in the business field, so it would be helpful.
Yes, ma'am. Have you ever seen somebody, or have you ever put a bed together, like a bed frame and stuff?
Put a bed frame together.
Hmm.
I've helped put my son's crib together.
Okay,
That's
so
about
yeah.
it.
Okay, so with a crib, it's like you don't need the instructions. You can put it together if you want, but it'll be a whole lot better if you had an instruction guide to it, or a manual, or
Exactly how I see it. Yep.
right. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with no degree. Shoot, if they trying to give you some knowledge, I say
Hmm.
take it for real. Like, it's a lot of people out here who can't get that education.
Yeah, but though I like, I must admit, people that say like, "Oh, college is a joke," it's not. Like, it depends on the major though, because there's majors that it's very necessary, like anything in the medical field, becoming a lawyer. Like, these are things that going to college is completely worth it because you're not going to learn it anywhere else. You're not going to learn these things on your own. But there are some stupid majors out there that aren't helpful to people when they get out. And I think it's only set up there, and it's only an option as a distraction to the ones that can actually make money for you, or make a life, a happy life for you. And people are young and dumb and
For
pick whatever they feel like, and that's how some people end up, you know, with a major that didn't give them the career they thought it would.
absolutely, I agree. I agree. All right, so Miss Katusha, my next
Hmm.
question for you is: how long have you been a model?
I've been modeling for probably since I was like 20, 21.
Yes, ma'am. What made you get into the modeling business?
A lot of people telling me, I would be perfect for it. And then also, um, just actually, it was when I was even younger. I was told to write a paper. I forgot what grade, like sixth or seventh grade. And they told me to write a paper or whatever. I think it was eighth grade actually. They told me to write a paper, and I picked someone. They said Google your name or whatever and see whoever pops up and like write about them. And I like Googled my name, and like this model came up, and like she was so beautiful. She was French too. She was black, um, and she had passed away from drowning or whatever. And like I had to write about her and stuff, and it kind of like gave me the idea. And then later on in life, people kept like asking me, like, "Are you modeling? Are you doing that? You should do this." And I'm like, "I don't know where to start." And then I started networking in the city and talking to some people. And then that's when I started like meeting the right photographers or whatever. And it's so interesting to see because I met a lot of great photographers earlier on that are now literally working with Beyonce. Like, it's amazing. Like, they're amazing. Yeah, yeah, it's so cool. It's so cool to see. And one of them I know personally, and it's just very cool because we spoke about getting there, and like to watch him get there is just it's so surreal. But yeah, it's like it's you just have to network and in New York it's a little bit easier because there's so many people that are trying to make it. It's New York City. So there's a lot of people that you can meet if you know where to go, who to talk to, or like what the type of like parties or um anything, any meetings, whatever. Even like little brunches I would go to on that would have a couple of like models, and then I would meet them, and then they wouldn't tell me to work with this photographer or work with that photographer, and then build your portfolio and all of that. So it
That's
was
cool.
it was cool.
That's cool. That's cool. What are your future plans on modeling, Miss Katusha?
I have some plans for this upcoming year. Actually, I'm working on it right now. Um, I'm working with this other model who's opening her own agency, and this year she finally started towards the end, and she has signed a couple of girls already, and she's looking to sign me and to get me signed elsewhere. So I'm looking forward to that and trying to see where I could land and what I could book for 2021, what I could manifest for 2021, you know?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is what? Okay, so I don't know nothing about the modeling industry at all. So, like long term wise, what is your goals for whenever you're 57 with the modeling industry?
With the modeling industry, well, I want to get further into it so that I could see just how far I could take it. That's when I'll decide like what to do with it for the future, like the next step, you know. I do want to eventually get to where she's at, opening an agency.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
I have just so many ideas and so many things that I want to do. But I always try to tell myself, like, don't be discouraged that you have so many ideas because sometimes you feel like you're spreading yourself too thin. But these millionaires, they have multiple incomes. You know, you're not going to make it to the millions if you don't have multiple incomes. They have they have everything from like selling shoes to owning restaurants to whatever, you know what I mean? Is none of it relates to each other. And so I try to remind myself that even though I have so many ideas, whether it's for nursing or for modeling, um, that I have to like do it step by step and wait to see what I want, what I can do. Um, yeah, I want to get to the point in the modeling world where I have enough connects where I could open an agency of my own, or um, have a lot of like huge designers as friends that could invest in other businesses that I want.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Miss Katusha, what have been three of your most favorite memories so far modeling?
Hmm?
What have been three of your favorite moments so far modeling?
With modeling,
Yes, ma'am.
a Kanye West show a couple of years back, like 3 or 4 years back, at
What?
Madison Square Garden. That was so cool.
You went to Madison Square Garden?
Yeah, it was in Madison Square Garden.
What? That's cool.
Yeah, that was really cool. That was like the biggest because I've never had done anything as far as like a fashion show. So that was like the first fashion show that I had done, and it was really cool. I don't know if you guys remember the one where like he had everything covered up and then he unveiled it, like
And
the
all y'all
songs
were
were
still
playing and
y'all.
we were all still. Yeah,
That's
I was
when
in there.
with Little Yachty.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Was it
that's when
like
they dropped the Panda song. I think he that was the first time they dropped the Panda song,
that's
and
cool.
designer became a thing.
Man, that's cool. So was it like I okay, so I don't remember them. Was it like a million people in the crowd?
It was a lot of people. I remember it was a lot of people. I was so nervous. So like the rules were you weren't supposed to move around, but towards the end people didn't care anymore and they started moving around because like he had like the models that he wanted on top, and then he had like other models that were like on the bottom, but we didn't do much for the most part in rehearsal. So the day of when it was time to do the show or whatever, like I feel like people were just like whatever, they didn't care. It was in the middle, like you can't stop, the show is going on, you can't stop me, you're not gonna run in the crowd and stop me. So they, people, they just don't care, they don't listen, so they started moving around. Another time I did a magazine with one of the photographers that one of the people that I told you worked with Beyonce. He did a magazine, and it's called Hannah magazine. And there's like, I guess it's owned by a black woman, and not I guess it is owned by a black woman, and she at the time had just given birth to her son. So like it was just interesting for us to all black models, black photographer, black owner of the magazine, all walking through like Brooklyn, taking photos, and it was really dope. It was really really dope. And that was my second proudest moment. And my third, I would say, was recently the work that I'm doing with the model that I told you about. She has booked me with a couple of photographers that are huge. So I was happy about that. And like I'm starting to send out some photos from them. And I don't know, just whatever work she has planned for me, I'm looking forward to because she knows the business. She knows a lot of people. And so I'm very positive about 2021.
That's cool. That's cool. What are some things that you found out later on in the modeling industry that you wish people would have told you before you started?
Um, the constant upgrading the constant upgrading photos in your portfolio, the amount of networking it takes, um, the how difficult it is for someone my size to get in because I'm not skinny, but I'm not big. So it's like I I hate the fact that there's no like room for a girl that looks like me when would I want to say majority of us look or
Right.
in between, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's one thing I wish someone would have told me how difficult it is to get in with someone my size. Everyone is like focused on here and that's great, but in the industry they really focus about the whole package, how you talk, walk, what you're about, your personality. You have to have an outgoing personality. You can't be too shy. They want you to be out there and they want you to make noise and in a positive way. Um, what else did I not know? Yeah, but that's the major thing. That's the major thing. And then also recently, like inclusivity has been very important in the modeling industry, and Rihanna to me is the the first and only that is really including everyone, meaning like every size. Like that girl does not have a cutoff. Like there's it's about you, your vibe. She her last fashion show actually was filled with a lot of like regular girls from Instagram that are modeling but just got signed or isn't out there because you could get signed from an agency and they don't like focus on you. If depending on the agency, if they have like 100 girls um or 200 girls signed, only 50 of them on are on their board online. So those 50, they're really focusing on those 50. They're really gonna book you the best things. So like being signed necessarily doesn't mean that you're gonna automatically do like you're gonna be on a billboard or you're gonna do all these great things. They really have to really like you and to book you in the top Rihanna shows, Fenty show. But Rihanna does not care about that. She will book you if you just started, and you have this look that she thinks is gonna be amazing. She'll book you. You don't have to be the top 50 girl, you know?
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right. So, Miss Katoucha, my next question for you is what are some things that you found out later on in nursing school that you would like that you wish people would have told you before you started, or school in general?
What I learned in nursing school that what?
What are some things that you found out later that you wish people would have told you beforehand?
About being a mother, or nursing? I didn't catch that.
Hold on, we gonna restart it. We gonna restart it. All right, so Miss Katusha. All right, so my question is like,
It's because you're breaking up again. I'm sorry.
oh
It's like
man.
it's. I'm getting the first half of it and not the second half of the
Okay,
question.
okay, hold on. Let me see. Fuck that. We gonna get in this bitch. Is this better? Hello, hello.
Yeah.
Is this any better?
Yeah. Perfect.
Okay, okay. All right. Oh, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay. All right. So, Miss Katusha, my next question for you is, what are some things that you had to find out on your own in nursing school that you wish people would have told you before you started?
Ooh. Um. Not to go to Malloy. I mean, people did tell me to not go to Malloy, but it's a top school, nursing school, and if you look it up, it is the top nursing school in the country. However, as a student that's there, and a lot of students that are in my program are complaining about how it's not that great of a school. The representation that it has, it's I don't we don't understand that. We're like in the middle of trying to like contact somebody to tell somebody about how horrible Malloy is, like News 12 or something. It's that bad. Um, but as far as the nursing part, uh, the amount of people kept saying studying, but like finding a way to study that works best for you is so important in the nursing program. I went on like line and saw that other nurses and other people, the way they studied is by like boom, putting posters and stuff like that. And I think I'm gonna have to start doing that. Already bought that. I already started. I already, but I have to like thoroughly start making ones for medication and all of that, like separating everything and knowing how to study and how it's gonna be repetitive and how you're going to have to like you're going to have to you're not going to remember everything, and you're human and that's okay, but repetition is very important, for it to drill inside your head and for you to feel comfortable answering questions during an exam, or even on the floor with a patient.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um. Okay. How long have you been a mother, Miss Katusha?
3 years. 3
3 years.
years. Yeah.
How has been? How has the last 3 years been for you?
Hectic, but amazing at the same time. It's been hectic. You have two little brothers, so yes, yes. It's been hectic, but it's been interesting to watch because he's my first. So it's cool to watch how, or to see how parenting is from your perspective, and it's always, you're always learning. It's something that you're always learning. You're always gonna have to like learn the next age. Like how they are. Okay, this is how they are. 3 years old. This is how they are. Spot 4, 5, 6. It changes every single year, so it's interesting to watch. Um, and it's cool. It's like having a mini you, you know.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, so sure, you saying children update like your modeling portfolio. It's always something changing.
Yes,
That's
it's always
cool.
something changing.
I never thought about that. Yeah, you right. My son act like, well, I don't have no children, but my son act like this at 3, but at 4 he acted like this, and then at 5, I don't know how he gonna act. When he turned 10, he probably gonna go crazy. That's cool. I never heard that
Right.
before. That's cool. That's cool. I like that.
Yeah.
That was a great answer, Miss Katusha. That was a great
Yeah.
answer. All right, so my next question for you is: are you boom? I don't know how to ask this question. Okay, so are you a single mother or are you? Yeah,
Yeah, I wanted to clarify that because people, I think other people get it confused as saying like a mother being single versus a single mother. Like the single mother title has been seen as like a woman who's taking care of her kid by herself completely with no help whatsoever from the father, and
right,
that's not what. Yeah, that's not what I mean. Like he is very present and in the sense of like visiting his son, coming to bring him whatever he needs or whatever. But like the mother, is single, and it's interesting. I thought I thought being like a single mom would make it harder for me to get like a guy's attention or get a, but it hasn't. So that's a good thing. Um, yeah, but it hasn't affected my dating world in any way. Like I thought it would. I think that was a very naive thought when I was pregnant. Um, but yeah, it's a little hard doing school and being a mother. Like being a mother in a nursing program is very very difficult. Um, yeah, that's pretty much
yes,
that's pretty
ma'am.
much it. I'm not. I'm dating, but not really. Like I take it slow because that's not really what I'm like focused on right now. I'm trying to get I'm trying to get other things accomplished, and like as far as like getting married or finding a guy is just not my priority anymore. You know?
Absolutely, absolutely. That's why I ain't know how to say it. I don't know how to ask no certain questions. That's why I can't be on
Like
this channel forever. It's gonna be somebody else
like
asking them.
like we were saying earlier. Like I got plans to like try to get hit a billion so I could clean out the streets of America.
For real.
Stuff like that.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
want to do all of that. So I don't want to get caught up on like dates and
I
yeah.
understand. I understand. All right, so Miss Katusha, my next question for you is, what's your zodiac sign?
Scorpio.
Um,
I am November 6th.
what do they say about Scorpios?
Um, we're we're sweet people to not mess with. We're very sweet, but we're also the same type of people to not poke fun with or like provoke because we have this other side that really stings like a Scorpio, you know?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Well, I'm glad I'm on your good side, Miss Katusha. Glad I'm on your good side.
I mean, they say other things about Scorpios, but I'm not going to go into that. But yes.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so Miss Katusha, my next question for you is, what's your favorite color?
It's changed a couple of times. So I don't know how to answer that. I would say red. I would have to say red if I had to pick red or purple.
Yes, ma'am. Um,
I'm one of those ain't like I'm one of those difficult people that can't pick a favorite color, favorite song. I don't trust people who have favorite songs. Like out of there's too many songs to have one favorite. You're crazy.
yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I don't have a favorite color either. I like a lot of colors. I don't know.
Yeah. It's hard for me to pick a favorite color. Maybe I was as a kid, it was simpler to answer those questions. But I don't know. I don't have a favorite color.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what are five of your favorite foods?
Ooh. Um, one thing one thing I got my son hooked. You probably heard him earlier. He said, I love pizza. Like I love pizza. I love pizza. Now my son is hooked too. So that almost anything Italian, like pasta, baked DD stuff like that. I love pork cutlets. That's like a Haitian. I know it's like bad for you, but Haitians call it griot, and I'm like, we love that. We love our griot. That was pizza, pasta, griot. Two more meals that I love. I know I have a couple. Hmm. Seafood. I love me some seafood. Seafood, shrimp, lobster. And what else? Hmm. I bet you later on I'll think of something like amazing to think. Anything, any like empanadas or anything like that, I love. Patties.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Um, what kind of pizza do you like?
Pepperoni. I
Yes,
love
ma'am.
me some pepperoni. I fed it to my son so much he's tired of it. He's done. He takes it off now.
That's cool. That's cool. Um, my next question for you is, what what are some of your favorite restaurants to go to?
Restaurants? Oh, in the city. I love the city for that. They have so many restaurants. New York City. Oh my gosh. My favorite restaurant. What was the question? My favorite restaurant or my favorite type of
Your
restaurant?
five favorite restaurants to go to.
My favorite restaurants. Well, it's gonna be centered around my food, the type of food I like. So it's gonna be soul food, Italian, anything seafood restaurants. Thai restaurants are really good. I like Thai food. And the fifth one. Hmm, I would say like I've tried some Mediterranean food that are really good.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right. So my next question for you is, what five countries would you like to visit?
Mm, I wouldn't mind Greece. Oh, honestly, all the countries in Africa, like there's so many places I would want to go in Africa. Egypt, you know, I would go to Nigeria. Um, where else? So many places. Japan, I want to go to. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Brazil. The list. I want to go across the world, but those are like the top. My top favorites. France. France is definitely top five.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, that's cool. That's cool. I can't say nowhere I want to go either. I want to go everywhere. For real.
Everywhere, right? Like Scotland, I'd go. Like,
For real.
let me see everything. Let me see Greenland.
Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what's your ethnicity?
What's my something to teach?
Ethnicity. Your ethnicity.
Oh, my ethnicity. I heard that completely wrong. I'm Haitian. I'm 100% Haitian. They always say, "Are you mixed?" I'm like, no. Both
Yes,
my
ma'am.
parents are Haitian. Both their parents are Haitian. So
That's cool. That's cool. Can you speak any other languages?
I understand Creole more than I could speak it, but I can speak it too. Especially if I have to. Like when I'm in Haiti, it's easier because it's everywhere, and in my house we talk Creole too, so we speak Creole. So
Yes, ma'am. That's cool. That's cool. All right. So, you is it pronounced Creole? Is that how you say it?
yeah, we're Haitian and we speak Creole. That's
Yes,
so
ma'am.
funny. I just made a post this today about it because everyone always says, you speak Haitian? And it's like, no, what is that? No, it's
Mhm.
Creole.
Absolutely. So yeah.
It's like telling an American facing person, do you speak American? It's like, no.
For real. All right. So, Miss Katusha, is there anything that you could? Is there anything you could say in Creole to your Haitian community?
Ah, that's a good one. Saga Fett. I don't know what else to say. Um, I don't know what else to say.
That's okay. It's okay. You
I
said
just
it
said, what's
enough.
up?
That's okay. Hey, you Haitian. You ain't gotta say it. You
You
ain't
put
gotta.
me on the spot. I don't know what else to say.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. My next question for you is: would you rather go into space or deep sea diving?
Ooh. Ooh. I'm full of fears. So, my number one fear though is falling. Like skydiving and stuff is never gonna happen for me. So I would have to say ocean, deep ocean, only because there's a lot of cool things to see. Outer space, that whole, you have to like go at an angle, or the rocket will explode. I don't have time for that. So I
Mm-mm.
don't have time to like no. So I would say deep dive.
Yes, ma'am. What are some things underwater that you would like to see?
Um I would be scared, but I would want to see a whale as big as they are. I would want to see a whale. I know what I don't want to see. Sharks, for sure. Um, what else would I want to see? Dolphins. It would be nice to see some dolphins and some like creatures that sea creatures I've never seen before would be really cool.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, what are your five favorite animals?
My favorite animals. I like dogs. I like. Good question. These are good questions. I like dogs. I love egg. You love
He
eggs?
love eggs.
Yes, that's another food I like. Eggs. Um, my favorite animals. I like giraffes. I think they're cool. They're real chill, laid back. They don't really attack that much. I like lions, even though I would say steer clear of them. Okay, so that's snakes. I've held a couple of snakes. I think are cool. So dog, snake, lion, giraffe, and I like elephants. I like elephants. They're chill. They mind their business. Again, not attacking no one. I like it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All the animals you said strong animals. You said snakes. You said lions. You said elephants, giraffes. Like those are all strong animals. That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't
Mm-hmm.
playing. You ain't playing, Miss
No,
Katusha.
no.
You ain't
Well,
playing.
Scorpio don't play.
I know that's right. All right, so Miss Katusha, my next question for you is: do you have any pets?
No, we used to, but we don't. No.
Do you plan on getting any pets in the future besides a pet giraffe and a pet snake and a pet lion? Well, you said stay away from lions. Mm-mm.
No pet lion, no pet snake. I could hold a snake. It's interesting to see, but not as a pet. Because I've heard too many stories. There was like a story of a guy who had like a huge snake, and the snake all of a sudden stopped eating, and every night he would come in and sleep next to him, and he thought, oh, that's cute or whatever, and then he thought, um. Right, you know where this is going.
he
He thought like he thought like it was cute, but then he went to the doctor to he went to the vet to see like, hey, he's not eating, I'm concerned. And he said he's been sleeping next to me, and he's like, what? He's like, he's been sleeping next to me, and he was like, well, what he's doing, he's sizing you up. Abby, relax, relax. You could say hi if you want to. You don't have to jump in. No. You don't want to say hi? No. Okay. So the vet told him like the snake was sizing him up to eat him. So like he decided to give the snake away and sell the snake or
for
whatever.
real.
But like I would never keep a pet snake. No, they go against you whenever they want to. But yeah, I would do a pet giraffe. That would be cool. That would be really cool. And that was about it. The pet giraffe and a dog I could see, and maybe like a bird, like a parrot.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Um. Okay, so what are your five favorite drinks?
Ooh. Um. Jack Daniels, honey, Grand Marnier, Henny. Hmm. I recently had 42, so it was really smooth, and I loved it for my birthday. I bought it for my birthday, so I like that. That's four. And what else? What else? I always seem to get four, no problem, but the fifth one I always have a problem, no matter what question you're asking me.
It's
Uh,
okay. It's okay.
um, one of Diddy Ciroc, one of the flavors, like I like the peach. I think he has the peach and pineapple.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, is it peach or is it pineapple?
Well, I never had peach, but I had pineapple before. I think. I think I had
Pineapple,
pineapple.
the pineapple.
I don't know if I had peach though. I don't know. I'm not too big on alcohol. I still drink it now and then though, but I like wine coolers and wine.
Oh
Mm-mm.
yes. Oh, why didn't I add that? Like I'm such a wine person. Um, I love red wine. I love red wine. Anything red wine, but like I mean, obviously there's some that are not good, but I like my Merlot, my Cabernet.
Do you?
Um,
Go
yes.
ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, that's it. That's all I really had to say.
Okay. Do you like your wine like tart or sweet, or how do you like your wine?
Slightly sweet, not too sweet. I don't feel like wine should be too sweet. I feel like I'm drinking juice at that point. And you're calling it wine with a little bit of alcohol. Like it's.
For
So
real.
I do expect a slight bitter taste to my wine.
Yes, ma'am. I told you I'm from the country. Like we have some old people here, like some old ladies, some old guys, like older men in our community who
Mm-hmm.
make homemade wine, and it tastes like juice. It tastes like Kool Aid. It tastes like Welch's. But girl, I mean, but Miss
No,
Katoucha,
no, it's okay. You told
listen,
me
listen. I'm telling you, like, all you need is that.
it gets you there.
All you need is that much. You need it. But it tastes like
Yeah.
juice. You know, it tastes like candy water. I call it candy water. For
Right.
real, that candy water.
You want eggs? No, I'm hungry.
I know
He's
that's right.
hungry.
I know that's right. I'm gonna try to hurry up so y'all can get y'all some food. Boy,
Yeah.
hungry. Absolutely. He can talk when he want to now.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And I'm so happy because I was concerned about that, but he just recently started expressing himself a lot more. But
That's cool.
yeah, within like the last 2 months.
For real, I like pizza. I like eggs. I'm
Yeah.
hungry. I want
you
eggs. That's cool.
hear it,
That's
right?
cool. All right, so Miss Katusha, my next question for you is: do you like to go shopping?
Any girl likes to go shopping. Yes, I like to go shopping, but I mean, yeah, I do.
Do
I
you
love going shopping. I love but the trying on at first, like I hated shopping as a kid or as a teen because I had to change a lot. But then I got into the modeling world and I do e-commerce for Rainbow. And
what?
yeah, I do e-commerce for Rainbow. They're
You do
online.
everything.
Yeah, I know. I'm telling you, I'm trying to do everything. One of these are gonna get me in the millions, you know?
For real.
But
That's cool.
yeah, so doing that taught me how to like change really fast. So now changing is not really an issue to me. So I'm not too lazy to do it now. It's my job. So
That's so cool. That's cool. See, I'm glad I got to talk to you. I didn't even know that about you. You see, I was just a fan. I'm like, hey, I like what you got going on, Miss Katusha. But now that's cool. That's cool. And you about to be a doctor too, so that's just a plus on top of everything. All right, so yeah, before Corona, or before COVID, did you like to go shopping in stores or online?
in stores online, I hate because they steal your money. They know half of us are too lazy to ship the stuff back, even if it doesn't fit. So now we just lost money for no reason. And you know what I mean? Or you want something right now and you can't, and it's just you can't order it and get it the next day or something like that. So I don't like
Absolutely.
the inconvenience of online. But now I know online is the future, and it's just it's like all the stores are shutting down now because the overhead price of having a store is too much. So everything is going online now, man. Everything, and it's just like next thing you know, we're gonna order our groceries, and it's gonna be delivered, and they could do that today. Like you could literally do that right now. So everything is going online, and I guess I'm just gonna have to get used to it,
Absolutely.
and I'm gonna have to get used to losing money because I'm gonna
For
not
real.
return all of the stuff that I get.
For real. So like right now is it's a trend on like FedEx, Amazon, UPS, places like that where they hire in temps for the Christmas time and like they
Uh-huh.
just some people just doing what they want because they got a temporary job.
Yep,
Like for real, I just seen a posting.
stealing stuff.
For real, man. Let's all right. So they letting. All right, I seen a post in Arizona. They letting people if you got like a budget truck or a U-Haul, you can
Mhm.
go to Amazon. Well, you can go to FedEx and use your truck. So
Mhm.
there's one story where a guy just he went one morning to work. They loaded his truck up and he just took off like with a whole day worth of Amazon packages. Like I could never. I'd be so mad because
How did you not like get the person's background and everything like before you even let them do something like that? But that's how desperate they are right now. And like Amazon is just messing up everywhere. Everyone's order is like messing up right now. Despite the fact that he's getting richer, Jeff Bezos is getting richer. Um, all the orders, like my sister just got her new apartment or whatever, and so she's ordering all these things for her place, and she ordered this like lamp and they forgot a piece and she told them about it and they sent another one and they same piece missing, like it's like
for
that,
real.
or they don't package everything, or they something's broken or never came or came 2 months later. It's like it's crazy right now.
Absolutely, absolutely. Um, that's crazy. That's crazy. I don't know, but it's like Amazon never gonna run out of business. Everybody go to Amazon.
Nope.
And don't care if it mess up. You just order it again. It's okay.
Order it again.
For real.
Yeah.
All right. So, Miss Katusha, my next question for you is, what is your message to the future generations of women who are seeing this right now? Say 100 years from now, 200 years from now. What would you like to tell them?
Ooh, 200 years from now. That's deep. Oh my gosh. If we're fighting for the same things that we're fighting for today, as far as women and being black, please don't stop. Please don't stop. Keep going. Keep going and keep going and keep going, because all of those are, you're valid for feeling how you're feeling, for how you're being treated. Um, wow. So deep. I'm like thinking about
Take your
200 years
time.
from now. Like
Take your
I'm
time.
really thinking about it as if they're listening right now. So, um, but yeah, if we're fighting for the same things that we're fighting for today, please don't stop, because it's so necessary, and it's your feelings are valid, your needs and wants are valid, your desires are valid. Um, don't ever let sexism and racism and oppression bring you down and tell you that you can't do something, because that's a load of shit. you know? Um, what else can I say? Keep fighting for your spot, to be here, and make it worth it. Make it worth it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what is your message to the current generation of women right now?
Similar to what I just said. However, oh, you finished your plate downstairs. Good. He came back with a mouthful of eggs. Yeah, he didn't finish his breakfast this morning, so he just finished it now. What would I say to women today? Similar things. However, to not allow society to come between us as women. Um, we often sympathize with the opposite sex in areas only to he threw a sock at me. Only to I feel like sometimes women we are too familiar with, like, because we're in competition of getting a man, we often see each other as competition way too much, and we instantly start hating on each other, or instantly start going against each other to win stars or points from the other side. And it's never going to be genuine love and support from a man if you feel like you have to tear down another woman for it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. My next question for you, Miss Katusha, is, are there any shout outs that you would like to make to your friends or to your family?
Hmm. Shout out to my cousin Jomar Pascal. He's out here doing it, um, maturing. I've watched him grow, um, and now he's doing his own business. I want to shout out my sister Bianca for being an essential worker and working her ass off, um, while moving into her first apartment in 2020. It's her first year as a nurse, and she had to
What?
do it in a pandemic. So shout out to her and all the other essential workers out there. My cousin as well, who's an LPN. What else? Who else? Shout out to my son. He's right here, but shout out to him. And shout out to To anyone out there who's still searching for themselves, keep keep at it.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. My next question for you. Oh, I got you. I got you. I got you. All right. So, Miss Katoucha, my next
Hmm.
question for you is, what did your parents teach you as a child that you are trying to teach your child now?
You need pee pee? Go pee pee. um, what did my parents teach me that I want to teach my son? Um, well, mainly to focus in on school. To want like once you graduate from high school, to really start thinking about what you want to do or become at an early age, even before your graduation. You know, trying to focus in on school more in high school, um, and really tell them to like figure out what they want to do, because college is not for everyone. And like I said earlier, college, not everything you want to do college is for. So sometimes, you know, you don't, you depending on your wants or talents or desires or dreams, it may not fit you to go to college. And so I would teach my child to really have an understanding of who they are, try to have an understanding of who they are and who they want to be around the time, like there's 16, 14, around there, like the teens, the early teens. You should be thinking about that.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I agree. Um, what are your plans for the next 5 years, and what are your plans for the next 10 years?
Oh, I kind of wanted to add to that. Sorry.
I'm so sorry. Go ahead. I
No, no,
apologize.
I was done, but I just thought of it now.
Okay.
To also manage money and to be responsible, having a job at an early age, like around 15, 16, so they could learn responsibility, learning how to come to work on time and all of that. That's very important that I would pass along. Work
Yes,
for the
ma'am.
money, you know?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Um, would you like to go to the next question?
Hmm.
Okay. Um, what are your plans for the next 5 years, and what are your plans for the next 10 years?
My plans for the next 5 years is to finish my program, start um, working as a nurse, and balancing, hopefully, with starting with 2021, um, balancing my medical field with my modeling world, because I've been doing that, but as far as like career wise, like scheduling wise, that's what I would focus on for the next 5 years. In the next 10 years, I would focus on either furthering my education or furthering my business and looking for a home, a house for my family to start living in, me and my son. And yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell your son 20 years from now?
So he's 3. So when he's 23, um, how, how to treat women is very, very important to me. Not being a womanizer is very, very important to me, for my son to learn and to understand at a very young age, because at 23, he would be, you know, active and outside and most likely dating already, you know. So I just don't want him to start, and he's going to be in the club scenes by then. So I don't want him to be the type of man to judge women so much based off of how they dress and certain things, like having manners, having etiquette, being focused and self-driven.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. What would you like to tell your future husband 20 years from now?
Uh, I don't know. I don't know if marriage is gonna be a part of this life. I don't
Oh,
know.
I'm
Maybe the
sorry.
next one.
For sure. Next question.
But
Oh, I'm sorry.
no, I said maybe the next lifetime. But I don't know if that were to happen 20 years from now. Um, I would tell him, um, thank you for showing up. Thank you for staying. Thank you for choosing me every day and my family and my son, who's not his. Thank you for being who you are, for loving me the way you love me, and for being open minded and a man who's supportive of his wife and her dreams.
Yes, ma'am. So, hey, if you watching right now, bro, shout out to you. Make sure, yeah, shout out to you, bro. So, yeah, Miss Katusha, my next question for you is, what would you like to tell your future self 20 years from now?
Okay. 20 years from now, I would like to tell her that I'm proud of her and that she has come so far, and that um, not listening to what others had to say really paid off. You know,
Yes,
to,
ma'am.
chasing your dreams really paid off. I'm proud of you.
Yes, ma'am. I'm proud of you too, girl.
Mm-hmm. Thank you. I'm proud of you too.
Miss Katusha, what would you like people to know about you before they go to your Instagram page?
Before they go to my Instagram page, um, I want them to know that I am more than what I display on my Instagram because I only put modeling on there, and I try to focus on make my page mainly about modeling. Um, yeah, I would tell them that I have more to offer than that because I've had a couple of people confuse that, go on my page and think that I'm just a pretty face or whatever, and I would tell them that I am kinder and sweeter um, than I may look. I've been told that I have like the resting bitch face, and I don't know. I guess I do. So I would tell them that I'm a little bit nicer than that.
They better not ask me. I'm gonna say she one of the nicest people I ever met, dog. Yeah, she nice ever since I met. And patient. Like your people been telling you where you from. I can agree. You are very patient, especially with me, cause I'm a hassle, and you've been patient with me, and I appreciate it for real.
Thank you, thank you.
Yes, ma'am. All right, so Miss Katusha, my
Mm-hmm.
next question for you is: how do you feel women are represented in the world?
Um, Less than inferior. Where's JJ go? Where's JJ go? Incapable, but we clearly are proving them wrong every day, despite the fact that we're proving them wrong every day, which is very frustrating because if you go outside of whatever like programmed response people have to certain questions, if you go outside of that and check the data and check the numbers, it doesn't add up. Women are actually doing a lot right now. Um, we're in places in positions and offices and rooms that we're not supposed to be in or
Yes,
wasn't
ma'am.
made for us. And so um, I would say that right now there's a two worlds we live in. You know, the truth and the old thought process.
Yes, ma'am. This has been a great interview so far. I just gotta let that be known. I enjoyed this interview. I enjoyed this interview.
Thank
Um,
you. Me too. This was fun.
yes, ma'am. My next question for you is, what needs to be changed for women to have more power?
What needs to change for women to have more power? Um, trust in women. For some reason, there's this big distrust in women. Like we're the biggest liars of all time. You know, even when we talk about stuff like when we're accused of when we're accusing someone of raping, or it's just like the distrust in women. It's like we're instantly lying, you know, about anything. And so I feel like if we work on our trust with women, we would feel more comfortable when they're in a position of power. Okay, Abby.
Yes, ma'am. Um, my last question for you is, okay, what is your message to the black women around the world?
We are the bomb. Like, we are the bomb in any land, on every block, in any corner, on in any country, you know? In any city. We are amazing. We're always setting the trends. We're always setting the trends. We're the trendsetters.
Absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, Miss
So keep
Katusha,
keep being fly.
absolutely. I want to tell you thank you for coming on my show. Is there anything that I didn't ask you, or is there anything that we didn't talk about that you would like to say?
No, you asked pretty much not everything, but really great questions.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you again, Miss Katusha, for coming on my show.
Thank you for
Um,
having me.
yes, ma'am.